Hey guys, welcome to Living in New Hampshire. My name's Cody and I'm a local real estate agent with EXP. In today's video, we're going to do a driving tour of Londonderry, New Hampshire. Starting our tour on Old Derry Road, just ahead at the four-way stop sign, we'll be making a right turn onto Auburn Road. If you turned left, you'd end up in Auburn, not too far from Massabesic Lake. This video is being filmed on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in mid-September. Fall in New Hampshire is often regarded as the best time of the year. It's usually the driest season with the most amount of sunny days. This area of Londonderry is great for those that want to live centralized within southern New Hampshire, offering easy access to the larger cities, including Boston just to the south. The actual town of Londonderry has an estimated population of around 26,000 residents, the largest community in Rockingham County and the fourth largest in the entire state. We've just turned left onto Farm Meadows Lane. The private development includes newly built homes ranging between $600,000 and $700,000. As you'll see, this location offers incredible highway access to Interstate 93. We're now going to turn left back into Auburn Road. The median home price within the zip code is just under $460,000, which is about a 19% increase from a year ago. Just ahead on the right hand side is a very well known Poor Boys Diner. At the stop sign, we're going to turn right onto Route 28, which runs all the way from Ossipee down to Salem on the Massachusetts border, while passing through Manchester, the state's most populated city. Just to the right is the on-ramp for 93 North. Left at the lights will put you on 93 South towards Salem and Boston. Just ahead on the right-hand side is the North Londonderry, New Hampshire Transportation Center, which offers direct access to Boston Logan International Airport aboard the Boston Express bus line. They also have connecting stops within Concord, Manchester, Nashua, and Salem. As you'll see, this strip is primarily commercial businesses, including a few restaurants. Off to the right-hand side is the YMCA of Greater Londonderry. Instead of continuing right on Rockingham Road, we're going to make a slight left turn onto Smith Lane. At the stop sign, we're going to turn left onto New Hampshire Route 128, which runs all the way to Pelham along the Massachusetts border. One of the biggest appeals to living in this area is the privacy that it offers, while still being close to major employers, recreational activities, and amenities. To give you a bit of reference, this area is about 60 minutes to Boston Logan International Airport and just 30 minutes to Concord. While it's primarily residential homes in this area, there is a number of churches along this route. If we were to turn right at the set of lights, that would put us onto Litchfield Road, which would lead us directly into the town of Litchfield. If you have children and you're thinking about moving to Londonderry, it's important to note that their school district ranks among the top in the entire state. We're now turning into Mountain Home Estates. The established townhome community contains 200 units across 52 acres, offering residents a tennis and basketball court, playgrounds, a clubhouse with an outdoor pool, as well as a year-round indoor pool. You can expect to pay around $250,000 for a 1,500 square foot 2-bed, 2-bath. We've now turned right back onto Mammoth Road. If we were to turn right here onto Shasta Drive, that connects to High Range Road, which we will be going on later in the tour. Off to our right hand side, we're passing Londonderry Middle School. Within walking distance from the middle school is Londonderry High School, with the central fire station directly across the street. Just after the set of lights on the same side of the road is the Londonderry Police Department. Just before the set of lights on the right hand side is Matthew Thornton Elementary School. It does make this section of Londonderry very desirable, especially if you have children. Just before the red barn on the right hand side, you'll begin seeing apple trees, all part of Max Apples, an 8-generation family-run farm of approximately 400 acres with 100 dedicated just to apples. Off to the left hand side is a farmer's market where you can stop in and get some fresh apples, tree-ripe peaches, fresh grown vegetables, and local maple syrup. Just ahead, we'll be turning left on New Hampshire Route 102, also known as Nashua Road. This is the main retail district within Londonderry, where you'll find car dealerships, restaurants, gas stations, and much more. This area is generally busy any day of the week, but especially on weekends considering it's right off of 93, which makes it a popular destination for Massachusetts residents looking to avoid sales tax. This also remains very true for the town of Salem due to its proximity to Massachusetts. Behind the roadfront businesses lies a shopping plaza containing dozens of retailers. If I had to compare this area to another retail-focused location, I'd say it's very similar to South Willow Street in Manchester, just not quite as developed yet. Route 102 runs all the way from Raymond down to Hudson, with a total length of just under 24 miles. If you were to continue going straight, you'd end up in Derry. However, just before that, you have the on-ramp to both 93 North and South. At the set of lights, we're turning left onto Michelle's Way. This is a somewhat newer development containing stores such as Market Basket, New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet, TJ Maxx, and 603 Brewery. Situated just behind the strip of retailers is a newer apartment complex known as Main Street Woodmont Commons. You can expect to pay around $1,800 per month for a 600 square foot studio apartment and around $2,200 per month for an 800 square foot 1-bed, 1-bath. One of the biggest appeals to this location is its great highway access while only being about 45 minutes to Boston. At the lights, we're going to turn right back onto Nashua Road in the same direction we initially came from. This will give you a look at some of the businesses on the opposite side of the road. Just behind the set of trees is a Home Depot as well as a Staples. Off to the right hand side is the Londonderry location for the United States Postal Service. As you can tell, this section of Nashua Road has a lot less retailers. Just ahead is Mammoth Road, the street that we initially came from when we turned left onto Nashua Road. If we were to turn left on the Mammoth Road and continue going straight, we'd eventually end up in Windham. If we were to continue straight until the end of Route 102, we'd eventually end up in Hudson. Just ahead, we're going to turn right onto Harvest Moon Road to explore a newer housing development. Homes in this development start in the high 500s all the way up into the $600,000 price range, with most homes being a 2-bed and 2 or 3 bath at just under 2,000 square feet. However, some of the homes are larger than that depending on the price point. But keep in mind, this development does have an HOA fee of $225 per month. While the homes are nice and the location is great, one downside for potential buyers might be the lack of land. However, if you prefer the low maintenance community lifestyle, then this might be a perfect development for you. We're now leaving the development and turning back onto Route 102. Just after the landscaping store on the right, we'll be turning onto High Range Road. This road runs parallel to Mammoth Road in the direction of Manchester. This area will consist of primarily residential homes with a few businesses scattered throughout. There's a variety of homes to choose from in this area, consisting of newer builds to older, more established neighborhoods. Based on recent comps, an older 1970s 3-bed, 2-bath, just over 2,000 square foot home will cost roughly $460,000 on this road. We're now passing Sunnycrest Farm, which has been family owned since 1943, offering pick your own, a farmer's market, and a bakery. If you've watched my Litchfield driving tour, you'll remember that we passed 2 farms during that trip. A lot of the towns south of Manchester have flat, open land perfect for farms. This is also a great location for those into golf, being only minutes from Londonderry Country Club, as well as just a short drive from Hoodcroft Country Club in Derry. One of the pros to living in Londonderry is the town's relatively low property tax rate compared to other cities throughout the state. While $20 per $1,000 of assessed value might seem high, when you compare it to other cities like Claremont, which reach nearly $40, that's a huge savings if you plan on owning a home. If you're thinking about moving to southern New Hampshire and this is the type of landscape you like, then I highly recommend also looking at Litchfield, Auburn, Hooksett, as well as Goffstown and New Boston. In terms of walkability, Londonderry definitely isn't winning any awards. For the most part, to get around in New Hampshire, you'll have to own a vehicle. Unless you live in one of the larger cities such as Manchester, Nashua, Concord, or even Portsmouth, then you might be able to get away with biking and using rideshare apps. As the road begins to open up, you'll start to see Manchester-Boston Regional Airport in the distance. At the same time, High Range Road now becomes Harvey Road. And now is when we start getting into a much more commercial heavy area with many of the large shipping companies such as FedEx and UPS. Manchester-Boston Regional Airport is the largest passenger airport in the entire state, offering flights from United, Southwest, as well as American Airlines. And starting within the next month, Spirit Airlines will be offering flights out of Manchester. If we were to turn left at the satellites on the Pennegill Road, that would bring us out towards Litchfield as well as the front of the airport. Instead, we'll stay right onto Harvey Road. If you're into plane watching, there's a number of excellent spots along this route, one of which gives you close and direct access to the center of the runway. However, depending on the direction of the wind, they may be using the runway adjacent to South Willow Street. Directly across from this dirt parking lot is the Londonderry Rail Trail. Harvey Road continues straight, however it is a one-way, so you must bear to the right onto Webster Road. At the light, we're going to turn left onto Grenierfield Road. After the first house on the right, the majority of the street is commercial businesses. Just ahead, if you were to turn left, that would bring you to the airport viewing area I was referring to earlier. Just ahead is the city line between Manchester and Londonderry. And that wraps up our driving tour. Thanks for watching.